Well, here's another question. Okay. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but if you look at that real hard, that says 300L. Well, I know there's been people talk about 300L, and they talk about this, talk about that, talk about everything else. That's fine. Now, the question I want to ask you is, at 71, should you go out here and buy you a new dual sport? And you know what the answer to that question is? Why not? Why not? This is the 14th of February. It's colder than hell right now. But I wasn't really out looking to buy another bike. And like I said, I kept my CRF 250. And I like my CRF 250. But I seen this 300L sitting there, and I thought, you know what? I just like that, and I've always liked the 300Ls. There's some things about it I didn't like, and things I did like. But after I bought the CRF 250, okay, and started riding out, when I first bought it, it was a little odd, a little awkward, and it was just a little different. But I got used to it, and then I rode this 300, and the handling of the bike is different. It's hard to explain. You'd have to ride one for, I'm gonna say a week, okay, and get used to it. And then you get on the 300 and you'd notice just a small, slight difference, okay? It's hard to explain. Is it a good difference or a big difference? No, it's not, but there's a difference. The one thing I do notice in this thing here, my CRF 250 will run 70 mile an hour, okay, with no trouble at all. But this in here, for some reason, seems like it does a little easier. I don't know whether they change the gear ratios on it just slightly or not. This thing is geared good for first gear, second gear, and if you're in town, like if you live in a small town like I do, sixth gear is worthless. You'll never get in sixth gear because it's too high. Out on the road, it does a fantastic job. That's what sixth gear is all about. So anyway, and my CRF 250 does not have the slipper clutch that I know of. I don't think it does. Well, as a matter of fact, if it does, it's so subtle I don't notice it. The slipper clutch on these bikes here, they're made for you when you downshift there, instead of getting that I guess that you know how you downshift and lie on the clutch there, it really revs your motor up and pulls you down. Well, this thing here, it's more subtle, okay? It doesn't freewheel, but it's more subtle. Do I like it? It makes things smoother, okay? And you really have to be racing this thing to really, I think, get the benefit of the slipper clutch. The only thing I can see the slipper clutch does for this thing here, in my opinion, is it would help like the backlash on your chain. So, you know, maybe your chain won't stretch near as quick. I don't know. Time will tell. As far as the delivery goes, now see here again, the big difference between this and my CRF 250 is 250 has a pipe on it. This does not. So maybe that's the reason why this thing here seems like it's so smooth, because it doesn't have the loud pipe on it. As far as put them back to back, who's quicker? Well, this thing's only got 16 miles. It ain't even broke in yet. So we can't do a fair comparison that way, because it's only got 16 miles. It's got to get some wear on it. So, but you know, right now I would say that they're pretty even, and I don't know, maybe the 250 right now, as far as takeoff goes, might be just a slight bit quicker because it does have the pipe, okay? But you know, but anyway, I seen where somebody called this CRF 300L a beginner's bike. Well, it's not a beginner's bike, but I put it to you like this: it's easy to ride. Okay, doesn't make it a beginner's bike. It's easy to ride, but just about time you think it's a little beginner's bike, it'll hurt you. Okay, it will hurt you. It's not no bike's a beginner bike. Every bike, just like I said, when going from the CRF to this 300L, there were some differences, and I had to get used to the differences. Every bike is different. Every bike has a personality. You change with the bike's personality, if that makes any sense. So every bike has a learning curve. And you can take 200-300Ls, okay, that was made in the same factory, built in the same day, and put them side by side, and there's one's going to be just slightly different. Whether you notice or not, unless you're looking for it, it's going to be different, because no two machines run the same. But anyway, the 300L, I got my 650 paid for, and I've been looking at the 300Ls ever since it came out. Like I said, but I had a chance to buy the 250, so I bought it. And I thought, well, that'll just curb my desire to buy a 300L. But it didn't. So here it is. This is my brand spanking, it's 23. It's a brand spanking new 300L. And it's like all my bikes. I just simply love it. Okay? Is it the best bike in the world? No, it ain't. Is it the fastest bike in the world? No, it ain't. Is it the flashiest bike in the world? No, it ain't. It ain't nothing. It is, for me, and for what I'm going to use it for, it's the perfect bike. Okay? But now, if my mood changes, well, I'll just give you an example. This here is going to be my small adventure bike, okay? This is what I want to do the Smoky Mountain 500 on. But then there again, the CRF 250, I've already got that broke in. It's already good for, and I know how it handles the dirt, so that might be a better bike to do it on. That's what I'm saying. You pick the bike for whatever you want to do. Now, this is not a dirt bike. It's a dual sport. My CRF 250 is not a dirt bike. It's a dual sport. And that's what I'm saying. If you want to ride dirt, then get you a dirt bike. So, but anyway, this is the new CRF 300L, and from all indications, it's like, do I recommend this bike? I recommend you go out there and ride anything you can. Find out what fits you. That's my recommendation. For me, this bike is near perfect. I've just been riding today there. Like I said, I've got 16 miles on today, and I've just had a blast. And I'm about to freeze to death. It's colder than hell out here, but I've just had a blast. So I just wanted to ask a question. Should a 71-year-old man buy a new dual sport? Hell yeah, do what you want. Hey, if you can, go for it. You can have as many bikes as what you want. You know, so it just, whatever you can afford, just, yes, do it, by all means. Well, I just wanted to show you my new ride, and because I just love it. So, but anyway, I guess that's enough of the, hey, ride safe, ride free.